Thomas! It's up for grabs now! Thomas!
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira!
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, right, what a way to get it!
Fabulous solo goal by Thierry Henry.
Champions.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Arsenal Lounge for an unplanned episode. Normally, me and Lev, we have conversations. I call him up, say, "Oh, Lev, this happened, that happened, this happened, that." And we thought, you know what? Let's do that. Let's share it with you guys and see what you guys think on a comment.
We thought that, did we?
Yes, we thought that.
Okay.
And then we engaged everyone's opinion on yesterday and where we are and where we're going and what's happening. Obviously, 24 hours on from the disaster run of form that we've had. And now that you've digested things a little bit, Lev, how are you feeling now?
Same thing like everything after digestion, mate. It ends with the same result, doesn't it? Shit. That's about it.
I
still feel shit. I still feel groggy. I still feel disappointed. I still feel angry, frustrated. Same feelings we've had as Arsenal fans for the last 15 plus years, really, to be honest with you. Waiting for change to happen. Constantly getting sucked into the belief that it's happening, only for the same things to come back and bite us in the arse that have bitten us in the arse for years. Trying to cheap things out, trying to not strengthen in the right areas, trying to do things. I don't know.
It almost feels like, you know, they say 2 step forward, 1 step back. 2 step forward, 1 step back. And
yeah, was that one of your favorite tunes? Yeah, Paula Abdul.
No.
2 steps forward, I did 2 steps back. Maybe before your time, that one, bro. But
it was your time, you know, granddad.
Yeah,
but
well, I'm still jamming to that, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just it doesn't feel like there's been any real development or real progress. There has been some, but nothing that would get you excited or nothing that would make you stand up and take notice of, oh, that's happened. Do you know what, Lev?
Would you have said that a couple of weeks ago? Would you have said that before the international break?
I would. I even said
we were excited.
I would. Listen. I said before the international break, yeah. I said we are where we are, right? Mainly because other teams have not performed well, and we went on a little run, which obviously has ended, right? That was the difference. You know, you can't. Season is not about one little run. Season is you need to be consistent throughout the season. You can't go on a run and before and after be not good. Do you know what? Thinking back on yesterday, Levy, if I asked you what was the tactics yesterday, can you tell me what the tactics was?
What the tactics were yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, he clearly thought he was setting up a little different to the Brighton and Palace games in the sense of we had a Partey and them lot for Palace, but they just didn't turn up for that game. I was willing to scrap that game out of the equation because you could have argued international break, players came back, bit rusty, whatever, and the whole team didn't turn up. I didn't even blame Arteta for that one. If you go back to the footage of the old shows, I didn't even blame Arteta for that, other than the fact that I felt he could have reacted quicker to Vieira's tactics and didn't. But the next two is inexcusable. The first, the one against Brighton, having Xhaka out on left back, I strongly believe that had Tavares played left back, it would have been a better performance. We threw 3 points away in that game. And then he's decided in this game, to answer your question, to go with the more the normal positioning for Xhaka, in the sense of putting him in midfield, whatever. But again, you saw Xhaka's limitations when he came up against Ward-Prowse. Slow on the ball, dithering, can't make his mind up quick enough. Passing was off. The tactics were basically to control the game and make chances. And based on the possession, Southampton only ended up with 26% possession. We did that to some extent, but it was toothless performance, man. Did we even look like? Did you have confidence we were going to score?
No, I'll ask you this again. What was the tactics yesterday? Could you tell, like, I can see this is what we're looking to do? Because for me, and I've been saying this for a while now. I don't understand this idea of crossing a ball in. We keep crossing a ball in. You know, Lacazette is not a header of the ball, and Nketiah isn't, Martinelli isn't, Saka isn't, Odegaard isn't. You know, you got 5 players that are attacking, but none of them are known for being good headers of the ball. Yet we keep crossing the ball in, and I don't understand that. Yesterday, again, ball goes on the side. There's a few passes, and then boom, there's a crossing, and Southampton defenders will just head that out all day long. And then even at some point, right, he takes off both of fullbacks. So both fullbacks are gone now. Right, so he goes 3 at the back, takes Xhaka to the back 3, and what Saka and I think Martinelli are playing on wide, and then you've got Pepe and then Nketiah playing up front, Odegaard behind them, which again was missing. I don't know, man. I just can't see anything that would make me think, right, you know, we can go now on a good run to end of the season and salvage something. And what's worrying is what we discussed, me and you, yesterday on the show, is there is actually a possibility that we could finish 7th or 8th.
You know, I was looking at the fixtures again, and dare I say it, I'll be surprised if we finish in the top 6.
Fucking hell, man.
And you know, that's me being honest, because what Arsenal have done to me these last few weeks is I've gone from being that optimistic, always wanting my team to win, because I still do, to forgetting making decisions and predictions based on my heart, what it wants, and more on in my head, right? And in my head is telling me, based on everything I've seen, looking at it from football perspective, looking at it from the personnel we have, looking at Arsenal's history in these types of situations, and I can't see us picking up a hell of a lot of points in these next 7-8 games. I really can't. I'll be surprised if we get 3 to 4 points. Is that going to be enough to get us top 6?
No, because Man United, I was surprised last time I looked at the result. It was 2-2, and then Ronaldo comes out of nowhere. He's warming up nicely for Ben White now as well, which is coming. I don't see us beating Chelsea away. I don't see us beating Tottenham away.
No.
Man United at home, I was a lot more confident about this.
I'm not.
2 weeks ago, but
I'm
now, and you know what, Lev? Listen. I think right now we've got 2 or 3 different type of supporters in the fan base. You got one type of supporters who would say, it's all right. You know, we gave it a go. Next week we'll go again. Next game we'll go again. It's all right. We can do something, hopefully. And
this is where I need
these are people that I would call them passive supporters, whereas Arsenal is more as like a hobby that they go watch some games, or they watch some games on TV. It's all right, you know, we tried, we'll go again next week. And then you've got some other fans, and I include myself in them, that I expect us to go and win things. I want to compete. I don't want to just be there, you know. Going out on both cups, early stages, unacceptable.
But why can't we just have one type of fan, bro? Why can't?
No, listen. You can't.
No, wait, hold on.
You always have different type of fans,
like,
and everybody's entitled to the opinion.
ALB Guna, respect, bro, for this. Lev, come to the dark side. Arteta out. I don't think there should be a dark side. I think there should only be one thing, and that should be what's best for the club. And the fans, first and foremost, should be wanting the club to do well.
Listen, in any walk of life, you will get people with different opinions, and that's fine. People are entitled to their opinion as long as they're debated respectfully, etc. Right?
Yeah, 100.
So we will. It's natural. Arsenal are a massive club. So we've got a very large fan base. You will get people who are diehard Arteta fans, as we are seeing. You get people that are not sure about what's happening. They're expecting more. And the fact that I'm having a go at Odegaard, at Arsenal, and sorry, not Arsenal, Arteta, and other things, is because I expect more. I want more, and I don't think that is good enough for me right now. The guy has been here for 3 years. He's won one FA Cup, which you would argue was not even his squad. It was in the squad that he's entitled to. Went three at the back, won the cup. The amount of fallout he's had with players, not good enough, man. When you're having a fallout with somebody in that professional environment, it normally means the way Arteta and Arsenal have dealt with this is you're difficult. I can't handle you. I don't want to deal with you. The easy way out for me to write off your contract, write off some money, and you go. Because I don't want to go down the hard way, which is try to work with you, try to get the best out of you, try to see what ticks you. Arsene Wenger had huge egos and personalities in that dressing room. Patrick Vieira, Tony Adams, Dennis Bergkamp, Martin Keown, Thierry Henry, Gilberto Silva, David Seaman, the biggest one out of all, I think, Jens Lehmann. You would never hear any of these things. You would never see.
I think the difference is they had respect. They had ultimate respect.
Well, whatever it is they had, it's not happening now, and it's affecting us getting results now. As I said, the biggest thing that came out of yesterday's show that we done together, which I didn't even think about this, is that we could possibly not even finish in a top 6.
I don't think we're going.
And there should be. Well, yeah. Well, listen, and I really can't see how he's going to be able to stick around after the falling apart that has happened under his stewardship.
Do you know what the sad thing is, bro? Right? The sad thing is we're speaking like this right now. And as we speak, even after 3 back-to-back defeats, we're still a game in hand over Spurs. Right?
Yeah, but our game in hand is Chelsea away.
Yeah, I know. But we are still mathematically, and more so than mathematically, still in the running for top 4, despite losing 3 back-to-back games against the likes of Palace, Brighton, and Southampton. What does that say to you about this opportunity to make top 4 and how good it was? If you could lose 3 games against mediocre teams, with all due respect to Palace, who are doing a lot better, I don't want to be disrespectful, but in the grander scheme of things, those 3 games are favourable when you're in a running for top 4. If you could lose those 3 games and still be in the running, that just says to me this opportunity was ridiculously good, and we threw it away.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that year when Leicester won the title.
Oh, I said that yesterday, yeah.
You remember that year we were going, toe-to-toe with them. We beat them with Danny Welbeck last-minute goal at the Emirates, if you remember, right? And we could have kicked on and won the title that year, but we again fell apart. And this is exactly like that. It reminds me of that other teams are not doing well, and we are there. It's there for us. At some point, we were at 4th with 2 games in hand, but nothing is happening. And there has to be. Listen, in any business, there will be consequences when something like this happens. But I don't know what. I really don't see if we finish out of top 6, which is possible. All we need right now, right, is Man United, Tottenham, and West Ham to go on a little bit of a form to end of the season.
Well, how poor have they been? How poor have United been? How poor has Spurs been? Right, and do you know what? Right, you can say what you want about Spurs. The only thing keeping them up to where they are is Harry Kane and Son, and the 2 signings that Conte made, right, in January. But they were there for the taking, right, and they still are. But we're not the team to do it. And someone's asked here. This is the perfect question. Psycho Vibes has asked up here, bro. So if Arsenal does not make top 6 and the club still has Arteta in the job, what would fans do? Firstly, I think it's so easy to throw at the fans' door. And
can I just stop you 1 second?
Yeah, go on.
Because we've got something here in the chat box, and I want to involve with people in the chat a lot more. Right?
Yeah, let's do that, please.
Which is like a typical. I would even go as far as saying this is probably a troll, and it's actually directed at you, which I'm sure you you would answer. But this sort of comment is like, Lev, if you can't see what Arsenal are doing, you can fuck off down the lane. Like,
hold on. Okay.
what,
So Alex Kirk.
what
No.
are you, like,
Alex Kirk. Tell us what Arsenal were doing, bro. Tell us what Arsenal were doing, because I want you to tell me. Yeah, because I'm
no, but
apparently
the idea of
clown.
it, you can fuck off
So
down
tell
the
us-
lane. No, because
Dickhead.
we all want
Alex
the
Kirk,
best for the
you're
club.
a dickhead, bruv, right? Because you can't come here. No, you can't come here and tell someone just because he's looking at what the club's doing and doesn't agree with it that he can fuck off down the lane. Because you know what getting down the lane gives you? If you want me to fuck off down the lane, gets you fuck all. Right, and that mentality gets you fuck all. And this is not the mentality that won us things. This is the mentality that wins you fuck all. And maybe the whole club should move down the lane. Clown. Next, please.
Alex,
Raise the standards.
You've been told.
No, raise the standards from what? From what? From 8th? Is that what you want us to raise the standards from? 8th?
No, but listen, Lev.
No, man. It's just,
I've seen
you
quite a
fuck
few
off
people
down
saying,
the lane, dickhead.
Lev,
sorry, man.
are you done?
I just hate people coming here and trying to abuse me.
I didn't want to bring this up because it was directed. It's just a response that I've seen from a lot of people, especially on Twitter and this and that. If you can't see what's happening, if you can't support the Arteta and the manager, fuck off down the lane. What sort of response is that? How is that?
No, but I want Alex Kirk to tell us what it is that we're doing. Please tell me what, bro. Rather than call me names, because I've just done the same to you, I'll be the bigger man and apologize for calling you a dickhead, although you did come across as a dickhead. Come over here, bro, and tell me in the chats what it is that I'm missing that we're doing. You do that and you convince me, and I'll say you was a bigger man, you got it right. Carry on.
Yeah, so I don't even know where we were, man.
So is he being sarcastic? Because if he's being sarcastic, he's not come across right. We knocked down the stage into complete, raise the standards, bro. I think we're singing from the same hymn sheet here, so I don't understand why you're calling me a clown, bro. Weird. People are just weird.
Yes, Lev.
Yeah, but I said the same thing. We're doing nothing. Well, what is it?
I think Alex was being sarcastic here.
I don't give a shit. He's pissed me off. Love to you all anyway, man.
Anyway.
All right, but honestly, when can I ask, how bad does it have to be for my man to get sacked? If he doesn't make top 6, he's still staying. You know that, right? You lot know that, right?
Yeah. I would listen. Let's look at Burnley, right? Sean Dyche has kept these guys in the Premier League for. He's the reason they're in the Premier League. For 10 years, he's been the manager, right? Not having a good season. It's not really working out. Boom, sacked, gone. I was shocked about that. Maybe there is more to it than that. But hey, now they are showing what a club with balls would do. And we don't have that, right? Because it comes under the season, Arteta will finish 6th, 7th, 5th, whatever, right? I don't think any of that will happen. I don't think he's going to get the chop. Because, I don't know, man. Like,
so if he gets 8,
there is just
8,
so
is he
much.
getting the chop? Let us know in the chat. If he gets
Lev,
8, is he getting the chop?
Lev, there is so much that needs to happen this summer because we've got a squad that is very thin. As we're finding out, 1 or 2 injuries, everything falls apart. We've got a manager that keeps making mistakes over mistakes because he's inexperienced. Okay? It's not really, I've said this before, right now, looking at Arsenal, it's not really an attractive destination to go to anymore. You know, you want to go out and get all of these names like Darwin Núñez and all these names, right? All you need is a club with European football or Champions League to go in for him as well. No chance he's going to come to us.
That's why I thought January was a great opportunity.
Yeah, but you know, people talking about this. I keep forgetting this guy's name, Vlahovic. What?
Yeah.
I don't think we were ever in for any player, let alone Vlahovic was just a smokescreen that kept us.
To usher out Aubameyang?
Huh?
So we could usher out Aubameyang? Is that what you're saying?
No, it was just a smokescreen for everybody to keep quiet, don't moan. Right? Don't do any protests, nothing like that. Comes end of the transfer window. We tried. he chose to go to Juventus. Remember, we did a show with Fabrizio Romano before transfer window, and he told us the guy has no interest to come to Arsenal. His agent is not even answering Arsenal's phone calls.
Bro, what world do you get? Listen, it's like, and I'm not saying obviously he was on form when we got rid of him, but in our team, our talisman striker was Aubameyang. Whether you want to say anything or not, it was Aubameyang, right? And whatever you want to say, he was still our best goal scorer. It was Aubameyang, right? He wasn't scoring. If you can't replace him, then as a manager, you got to find a way of getting back on track, getting him scoring goals, finding a way, because that is part of your job. You don't take a gun, take the bullets out, and then put it back in the drawer and expect it to fire when you need it to, because it hasn't got anything in there. Lacazette has not been firing goals for ages. Even, he's been contributing as a player, but he's not been scoring goals. What team has the likes of Eddie and Nketiah coming on to get us a goal? What team? Like, he couldn't even get Bamford out of the lead side. He wouldn't get into Southampton's team when they've got Brozier, Che Adams, and Shane Long to put up top. And I've asked in the comments, and no one's still yet to see anyone tell me which Premier League team has got a worse striker than Eddie Nketiah up front when he plays for Arsenal. We're not going to win anything.
That question would it not about the which club has got worse striker, about the manager side of things. I think I'll give you an example. Chelsea playing Real Madrid away. I said this yesterday as well, right? Thomas Tuchel was under pressure. He knew, right, if they don't put a performance this fixture, his job will be on the line, because that's how Chelsea are. You can win the league in Chelsea and you can get sacked. All right? Now, he was under pressure. He knew there is pressure on him. So he set up his team. He made sure his team understood the pressure. He passed that pressure on to the players. He made sure they go out and they perform. Yes, they lost the game. I mean, they didn't lose the game. They overall, they lost. They went out. But Chelsea went to Real Madrid and they performed. And they got a result, right? Why? Because the manager was under pressure. There would have been consequences if he didn't do exactly that. My problem with Mikel Arteta and Arsenal is that does not exist in Arsenal, right? Mikel Arteta is not under that sort of pressure. There is nobody that will tell him, if you're making this decision in a January transfer window, Mikel, if things don't work out, if you get one or two injuries and you don't have adequate backup, your job is on the line. If somebody told him that, I'll bet you any money he wouldn't have done what he did. If he was under pressure, right, we probably wouldn't have lost 3 games on the bounce, because the worst one out of them all is Southampton. Right? Last week, Chelsea put 6 past them. So they're not going to be on a great place. Tottenham just lost. This is a perfect opportunity for you to get some ground back, just to show a better fight. What happened? You go out there, and I watched the game. I spoke to you at halftime, didn't I? And I said to you, Lever, I fell asleep for the last 15 minutes. We went there, and there was nothing. Nothing. Yeah, the keeper made a couple of really good saves. But for goodness sake, man, Chelsea put 6 past these the week before.
Don't be surprised if Spurs and Arsenal bottle top 4 and Man United nick it. Right? I'm telling you now. And let me ask then, okay, when is it he is able to get the sack? Alex Kirk, he called me, he told me to fuck off down the lane, bro. I'm still pissed about that, right? That's what really riled me. He was telling me to fuck off down the lane. But anyway,
I think he was just saying just a figure of speech.
I don't care. Anyway, what was he saying? That's why I don't. But you know what? Being positive fan don't make you toxic, and being a fan that's a realist don't make you toxic. What makes you toxic is the results, right? This is what people need to realize. Fans are a representation of what's going on with their club. Yeah, if your club's doing well, look at Man City. With all due respect, look at Man City, Chelsea when they had Abramovich. They don't give a shit where the money's coming from. They don't care who the person is that owns the club. And it's sad to say it. I mean, Newcastle have got a very, very questionable owner, but these guys don't care because all they want to see is their team do well and get results on the pitch. The reason things turn toxic with this fan base is that we're all expecting it and we're not getting it. After that, the differing opinions creates the toxicity that you see now, because some people think they're right and other people think they're right. Facts of the matter is, at the base of it all, we all want our team to do well, and they're not. They haven't done well in 15, 17, 18 years. And it's always the same cycle, expecting different results by doing the same things. Like, you're not buying when you should be buying. How many times did we need a DM? We didn't buy a DM. How many times did Fabregas need some cover in midfield? Didn't give it to him. We played Wilshere and burned him out and ended his career. How many times do we try to get it on the cheap? And we haven't learned that trying to get something on the cheap don't work.
It's the same thing, and as I said, there is no accountability here, because comes end of the season, Lev, from what we discussed yesterday, we'll finish 6th or even 5th or even 7th.
We're not finishing top 6, Shaheen.
Well, you know what? Let's for argument's sake, let's say we're not going to finish in top 6, right?
Mm.
Somebody needs to be held accountable for this. It's not going to be the players. It's not going to be Edu or Vinay. It will have to be Mikel Arteta, because he's the manager. That's the nature of a football manager. That's how it is. That's what it's like being a football manager. You don't get results, you're done, you're out of the door. You know, because for me, I'm not seeing anything that is going to make me think, right, next season, you know, with about 4 or 5 really good signings, things will change. And, you know, next season will probably be the same as this one. There will be times where we're going to go on a bit of a run and everything is going to look good, this and that, and then it will fall apart again. Because the manager is not experienced, and he's not even, you know, you say he's learning on the job. He's not even doing that, because he keeps making the same mistakes.
Well, look,
and you know what? As I said to you, this has made me, one of the reasons I wanted to do a show and I wanted to involve fans as well, is because I now realized, and I can see this, possibly we will finish out of top 6. And I'm worried about that. It worries me. How are you going to go and make good signings?
Listen,
quality
with Wenger,
signings with nothing?
With
No
Wenger,
European
you
football.
had credit in the bank with Wenger. To some extent, you could understand it because my man won you so much before. And he changed the face of football at Arsenal, and he changed the face of football in the Premier League when he first came up. So to some extent, I can understand the credit. But even then, he wasted the credit in his bank and overstayed his welcome, in my opinion. Where did this mentality from Arsenal start, where they're so blindly loyal to points where they won't sack someone, even if the performance is... Listen, what has Arteta done to justify this level of loyalty?
Nothing. He's not even an Arsenal legend or even Arsenal hero. He was part of a late supermarket dash after the 8-2 loss we had at Old Trafford. Came in as a player. The only thing he's won in his playing career was an FA Cup with Arsenal. Right? Apart from that, he hasn't really won anything in his footballing career. And he's has gone on to become the assistant manager at Man City. Look, I can go and become Pep Guardiola's assistant at Man City and not a lot would change. You understand, right? So he's gone, and next thing you know, he's now managing Arsenal football.
Look at this lad, yeah. Look at this lad. Maz
Yeah, I know
M.
what you're gonna...
Iranian sheep bring Lee Gunner on. Like, Maz, are you like 5, bro? I can see your picture, man. Like, if you've got something to say, why can't you say it? This is the new AFTV downhill. So this, do you know what? I just don't understand lads like this. He's a grown-ass man. He's taking a picture, I don't know where, Michu Picchu or somewhere like that, like he's some sort of spiritualist dude. And then he comes on a chat and calls people sheep because what? What have we said? Have we actually disagreed with anything anyone has said? I just don't understand it. Some guys are just so immature, bro. Like,
anyway, man,
Maz, you're meant to be part of the same fan base, bro. Like, at least hide your face and don't stick your picture up next time, bruv, when you do that. You're a grown-ass man. You probably got kids. What is wrong with you, bro?
Levin, some
Seriously.
ruthless mood today,
I'm just
man.
not in the mood, man.
Bashing
Man
people.
standing there with like some picture with mountains in the background in some sort of white linen shirt, like he's spiritual, to come on a show and go, "Hey, go and eat Gunner, you sheep." Like, it's so childish, bro. Like, seriously, we're sitting here saying man's not good enough. We've given the guy ample amount of time. We've been balancing our views. Just because one channel was saying the same view over and over again, and we have been more balanced, it doesn't mean that, like, do you know what I mean? I just don't get it, man. Grow the fuck up, man, Maz. No bed. Next.
Love, man, you're on everyone's case today.
Bro, I'm not messing around today, bruv. Like,
Listen.
seriously, you're a grown-ass fucking man. What is wrong with you, bro? You should be ashamed of yourself.
You know, let's leave Maz.
It's so fucking dumb. Go on, carry on, bro.
Let's leave Maz and his thoughts alone for now.
Yeah.
Listen,
What
our
thoughts,
next
bro?
game.
That is Maz's thoughts.
Listen,
It's like all you hear is fly around shit in that rain. Anyway, go on, carry on.
our next 3 games, right? So we lost 3 now.
Mhm.
Okay, our next 3 are Chelsea away, United at home, West Ham away. How many points do you expect? Can you guys in the chat as well? Can you tell me how many points
I'll
you
answer that
expect out of
question.
that?
The same amount of points we've got from these last 3 games.
What, 0?
Yeah.
So you think we're going to lose all 3?
Yeah, I do. Is that all right with you, Maz? By the way, or shall I clear it with League Gunner?
Lev, man, I thought you were chilling and you were relaxed.
Bro, I just don't like idiots, man. Like, come on here and say, "Oh, you lot were maybe you should have seen it sooner." It's like something constructive. Man's going on like it's 5-3. We're losing all 3 games.
Yeah, people seem to look. We've got Studio Tech 0, my Iranian brother Arsenal Manic 0, Albiguna 3 points.
Albiguna, which game are we winning?
Yeah,
Which game
that's
are
what
we
I was
winning?
just going to say. Which game?
Or is it 3 draws? Just
Alex 0.
Wait, Maz, where's your predictions, bro? Maz.
We can expect. Oh, you got Southampton Gunners 4 points. Can you tell us which games?
No, I'm not. No, Rwinda, I'm not ignoring anyone today, bro. I'm not in the mood to ignore people today.
Lev, I'll suggest you guys be nice to Lev today because he's on some ruthless streak.
You don't understand. 3 fucking weeks we've put up with this shit. 3. They ruined 2 birthdays, mine and yours. They've ruined the top 4. They've got people like Maz coming into the chats. I'm not in a good mood today, bro.
Oh, I love, man. So we could potentially at the 1st of May, right? We could be at the back of a 6-game loss. 6 games loss.
We could go 6. All right, okay. Here's a question: 6 back-to-back losses. Does he get sacked? How many Arsenal managers do you know, Wenger aside, that would have survived 6 back-to-back losses? What top 4 team do you know whose manager would survive 6 back-to-back losses?
It's not even that, it's just the manner of these back-to-back losses and where we were. You understand the opportunity that we had, where we were in a fantastic position, 4th, games in hand, people not doing well. 6 games later, we're probably going to be, I don't know, maybe 7th or 8th, because 2 of these, forget Chelsea, right? 2 of these is Man United and West Ham. So they're not actually 3-pointers. They're 6-pointers. Because not only you don't get 3 points, you're going to give the other team 3 points. So we could potentially be 6th or 7th because comes 1st of May. And then 1st of May comes that, and then you got Leeds at home, Tottenham away, Newcastle away, Everton at home. How many points do you expect out of those 4?
Bro, I've told you, I reckon we'll probably end up getting 4 points out of the remaining games.
So who do you think we're gonna?
And that's with luck. That's with some luck.
Where do you think these points will come from? What, you got Leeds at home, Tottenham away,
maybe
Newcastle
the Leeds
away.
home game. Maybe the Leeds home game.
Well,
You
that's a
could say
win.
we might get a win there. We might. So you could say there's a potential 3 points there.
Tottenham away,
No.
Newcastle away,
May nick a draw.
may
Maybe.
nick a draw.
Maybe.
Lev, man, you used to predict a win
Bro,
regardless.
but you know why? Do you know why, bro? Because
What?
our first 11 without any injuries can make top 4. After 2 or 3 injuries,
Yeah, I know. I
our
don't agree
next
with
batch
that,
of
man.
players are not even top 8.
The last one is Everton at home.
If they're fighting for
Because
relegation, they could
by
win.
this time, we could be 7th or 8th, and it's not going to really matter whether we
Exactly.
win, lose, or...
Exactly. I have no faith in this team. None at all. No faith in this midfield. I never had faith in El Neni. I never had faith in, like, don't get me wrong, Sambi, he's a future player. He's not now. I never had faith in Xhaka when we had him, but he look how bad it's got to the point that we're screaming for Xhaka to be in our midfield. I don't have faith in our fullbacks. Cedric as a backup, do you? No. Tavares, again, is one for the future. I don't understand why our best centre... Let's be honest here. I'm going to say our best centre-back's on loan. Okay? And we kept holding.
We're going to find out a lot
Mavropanos is better. Mavropanos is better than Holding. Saliba is better than Holding. Chambers lasted longer than Saliba did. Chambers was given ample opportunities, and so was Holding. Mavropanos was given 0, in my opinion, not enough.
Listen,
I
like Mavropanos. He played, you remember, Leicester away? He got sent off towards the end of the game, but he was, he held himself. He gave a good account of himself until he got sent off. I liked what I saw of him.
Bro, it's what? Listen to the top. Let's go through strikers that Arsenal had in the past. Yeah, Henry, Bergkamp, Ian Wright, Anelka. The list goes on.
Davasuka.
Man, even Davasuka would walk into this team. He would walk into this team.
Kanu.
Yeah? Kanu walk into this team. Giroud would walk into this team.
Welbeck would walk into this team.
Welbeck fit would walk into
Theo
this
Walcott
team.
would do as well.
Theo Walcott up front.
Robin Van Persie.
Oh my God, Van Persie. And then what have we become? Nketiah.
Yeah, well, listen, there's a reason for
Chasing
that. Somebody...
top 4 with Nketiah, bro.
Yeah, still Van Wiltord.
Wiltord was... Wait, we didn't... Wiltord, we thought he was like not quite the best, but he was like a better version of Lacazette. He could score as well, yeah? He was like our version of Lacazette. But look how much better he was. Alexis Sanchez, oh my God, what a player, right? And what have we got now?
I've got, there's quite a few people who saying you're going to open up the panel. They want
I knew you was going to say this, man.
You fancy doing that?
What, in this mood? You want to risk putting people in the panel today when I'm in this mood?
People risking themselves coming on with this mood.
Even Shamak would get... Wait, even Shamak is better than Nketiah. There, I said it. What? Where I draw the line is the no-go. Listen, I'm not running this show. This is your show. Do what you want. It's at your peril, man, because I'm not in the mood for shit today.
Well, listen, guys, I'll put a link to the chat.
Can we get Maz on? Maz, where you got, bro? You gone quiet. Hello, Maz? Maz? No, he's not there, bro.
Listen, guys, I'm going to put the link on.
Oh, my God. Bentner is better than Nketiah. There you go. Yeah. I said it. What? International.
I'm going to put a link so you can come on and speak to me and Lev, but it's at your own risk because Lev is on some ruthless mood today. So,
bro, I swear
it's up to you guys.
I can't believe you're doing this. I did this yesterday. We're going to do this again. Oh, no.
No, we're just going to get 1 or 2 people. If you don't want to do it, it's cool.
The minute Mo and Maximus comes on here, I'm leaving because I'm not in the... I
don't think they're even on the chat. But let's see if we can get some people on and then see if someone's got a opinion, or even if you're an Arteta in.
Come on, Maz. Come on, the Mazda. Come on, Kirk. What is it? Alex Kirk. I know he was only joking, apparently. But don't tell me to go down the lane, bro. Come on. If you're going to come. Some people are asking. There you go. Shaheen's done it. Oh, my God. Adebayor walks into this team ahead of Nketiah.
Yeah, so basically, I'll put the link to the chat, guys. if you guys want to speak to me and Lev, if you want to have your thought, maybe we'll do this. We'll just do this for about 10, 15 minutes. Come and have your say, and then we can have a discussion. But if Lev starts on you, it's at
I'll
your
tell you
own
what
risk.
was interesting. A lot of people in here have been asking for us to get Lee Gunner on the show.
Yeah, well,
How do you feel about that?
I reached out to Lee Gunner once or twice, but I didn't hear back. So maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
That's another thing, though. Interesting. If you guys want us to ask anyone specific on the show, we will try to get them on. No matter how controversial it is, it's more about everyone's got different views. We should be able to get around those views and talk about.
Look at that! We forgot Francis Jeffers.
Jeffers was better than Nketiah, bro. At least Jeffers scored loads of goals at Everton before we got him. Like, it didn't work out for him, but he was still a better striker than Nketiah.
It's not. Look,
so all these panel guys, oh, get me on the show. Oh, you dropped the and nothing, bro. All fart, no poop.
Oh my God, Lev, man,
no poop.
You know what? Let me be honest. I've known Lev for a long time now. I've never seen him in this mood that he's terrorizing everybody. Mr.
Waffle says, get Lee Gunner on the same time as Tom Canton. Bruv, I didn't say we were doing pay-per-view events for fights. I said we would do some shows with controversial people on. Like, not controversial. I don't even want to say controversial.
Who was that massive Brazilian guy? Julio Baptista.
Oh my God. He was better than Nketiah. Baptista was the... Lee Gunner isn't worth the time. Listen, anyone's worth time if they've got a view and they're respectful. I don't really care, man.
Anyway, so you were talking about the strike force and what teams got.
Oi! Someone call himself
chanced it, man.
A honey boss.
To come and speak to Lev.
Someone's calling himself a honey boss.
Hi, man. You all right?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, you better make it good, man, because you don't want to mess with Lev right now.
Wow.
I am not on fire, bro.
He is on fire. Yeah. I love it.
My heart's on fire, bro. My heart's on fire right now.
So what's your point, man? What you got to say?
What is there to say, really? He's not good enough. He never was. He never should have got the job. People that think this guy is doing a job are deluded. Just shows they know nothing about football, nothing about Arsenal and what a great club it is. I was trying to be optimistic when he first got it because, his press conferences won me over a little bit.
Yeah, same.
The way he talks. But style wasn't there. It never was. We beat Liverpool in the FA Cup. Everyone thought, oh my God, look, we've got the new prime Klopp or the new prime young Pep. Comes to his first full season, we get 8th. Disgusting. Then what happens? We spent 250 million pretty much in 2 seasons for the same stats. We're probably going to concede more goals, but the defense is fixed apparently. With a $50 million defender that doesn't even know how to header a ball.
Mm. You're not a big fan of White, are you, Shaheen, either?
No, I'm not.
I think under a world-class manager, White could be good. A lot of those players could be good, to be honest with you.
So you don't think we don't? Bro, are you saying that the players he bought, you not necessarily think they were bad buys? You just think that a better manager would get more out of them?
100%. I think there's players in there. There's a player, and look, let's be honest, there's a player in everyone, I reckon, but just under the right manager, they can get it out of them. And this guy's just not doing it,
Okay. And I'm going to ask you
there's
a question.
A reason. Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to ask you a question just to bring this to an end. So if he finishes out of top 6 or top 7, you sack him?
No, out. I've been out from last season. He's shocking. No, out. Even if he misses out by 1 point, top 4, out. See you later.
Man's
good
not
enough.
waiting. He wants him out.
Even if he gets fourth, I want him out. He'll never
Even if
win
he
me a
buys
Premier League.
a honey, a boss, a house, he's out.
Out. See you
Out.
later.
See you
See
later.
you
All right.
later. I
Well,
wanna
listen,
win
man.
the Premier
Thanks for
League.
coming in and speaking to us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah. Thanks,
Much
guys.
appreciated.
Bro,
Take care.
cheer up, man. Try and cheer up for the rest
I'll
of the bank
try.
holiday
You too,
weekend.
Lev. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I
bro.
love it. You're on
Listen,
fire, man. I love it.
bro, I don't want to be horrible to anyone. I just, I'm hurting,
you're
bro,
a
like you
legend, man.
guys, man.
You're
Thank
a
you,
legend,
guys.
man. You're a
Respect.
legend.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, man.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you, guys. Bye.
Yeah, you see, people are not happy, man. You see, there's a lot of people in the chat as well that are not feeling it. And remember last season, I'm in agreement with him who came on, because he should have gone at the end of last season after the mess that he made in semi-final of the Europa League, because we had a good chance of winning it. Came up against Unai Emery, and Unai Emery just done him like it was a master against a novice. It's just
Bro,
not good enough, man.
Listen, I'm not buying into this whole Unai Emery thing either, because, like, at the end of the day, Premier League is a different league. Just because he's doing well at Villarreal and they're doing well in Champions League and all that sort of stuff.
Well,
I
Lev,
agree.
would you agree that Unai Emery is a better manager than Arteta?
Well, based on, listen, yes, because theoretically speaking, Unai Emery's had a lot more experience. He's done well prior to coming to us. Which is why he got the job in the first place. He went to PSG based on his performances as a manager. So yes, of course he was. He 100%. But look, let's be honest. He didn't endear himself to the fans. He wasn't really a lovable kind of character. But you're asking me whether a manager who's got 15, 20 years experience as a manager is better than someone with 3 years experience. Logically speaking, of course he is.
And, in Unai Emery's case, could you argue that, he wanted Zaha, they gave him Pepe. He wanted Fabinho, and they got who did they get for him?
Who did we get for instead? El Neni.
No. Who did we get instead of Fabinho? Torreira. No, he had Torreira before.
I'm still convinced Torreira wasn't as bad as you've got Saracen Gooners here, bro.
Oh yeah, I think he's an Arteta in. So before he comes in there,
oh, is he really?
Left.
Wait, listen. Who cares if he is? As long as he's a cool guy.
Be nice, Lev.
Oh no, listen, bro. Come on now, man. Don't
Hi,
even
man, you all right?
paint me out to be a nasty guy, man. Saracen Gooner, we saying, bro. Thanks for coming
I'm all
on,
good, bro. Thank you for having me.
So what's your point? Tell me.
My point is, bro, I don't think people are looking at the bigger project. I get people's frustrations, yeah? I grew up right next to Finsbury Park, yeah? I could hear it.
Whereabouts?
Match days were. I grew up off Green Lane. Do you know what Manor House is?
Manor House Station. I grew up, I grew up around those areas. I lived in Finsbury Park from like 16, 17. All my friends were from Andover Estate. So I know that area well, bro. I play football Market Road.
This is what I'm saying.
All that shit.
There you go, Lev. And like, for us, I don't know how old you are, but I'm in my 40s, yeah? Right?
Yeah, same.
I grew up where it was so normal for us to win things, so normal for us to, like, it got to the point where there were so many parades here. The last one when we won the championship, it's all right, no worries, we'll win it next year, no problem. Did I ever know it was going to take so long and stuff? It got to that point where it was just success all time. And I know some of the younger fan base, they haven't seen that. So I get the frustration. They want to win. Do you understand? I want to win too. Obviously, I've had some brilliant years, like no years, all of that stuff, and I get the frustration. But I feel like there's so many influencers out there, and I'm not going to mention certain people, but some of their disciples, same old rhetoric. We knocked down the stadium for this. I'm older. You guys don't understand. Bro, I remember when Michael Thomas scored that goal, bro, in 1989. Do you get me? I know. So don't, and they kind of dismiss us Arteta in as we don't care for the club. I'm not having it anymore, bro. Do you understand? Yeah. I care for this club, but I see a longer term project. Now, Arteta is obviously, he's an employee of Arsenal, yeah? Now, if you
Yeah.
look at Josh Kroenke's interview, people forget this was 5 months ago. It's online. You can check it out. Now, the interview, the project that he said is it's going to take a few years. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to bring up people, youngsters with a good mentality, which is what they've done this season. And generally, apart from the last few games, which of course is frustrating, the mentality has changed. We were bottle jobs, Baku, etc. He's going to get rid of the dead wood. And then he said we're going to sprinkle them with good top stars. And that's the project. The problem that we have, and this is what people really forget, and like this is what all these other influences that I don't like to use the word in TED like mind rape here, but that's what people are doing. They're raping people's minds and just getting people on an emotional hype here. Is that there's financial fair play rules. People don't understand what financial fair play is.
Bro,
we're limited on what we can buy.
I hear the financial fair play thing, right? But has that even been adhered to? It hasn't. We moved stadiums, and Wenger's idea was based around the FFP, which I get, but it was soon realised over the last few years that this FFP thing ain't standing. Oil the right palms, grease the right palms, people ain't saying nothing. Find the loophole like Man City did. What did they do? They got a sister company or some sort of relative company to buy the stadium naming rights and use that money to throw into the club. The FFP thing don't work no more, bro. And I understand that you're saying it is a project in the process, and we've kind of sat back and we've waited for it, and we knew we had a lot of hard work. But there's certain things that are inexcusable, bro. We all knew in January that we were going to be short if we got injuries. It's still the same old Arsenal that we were witnessing during the Wenger years in that aspect. Go on, Shaheen.
Yeah, can I just ask you something? When you started saying, you said what people are failing to see is the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? Because
the bigger picture is this, bro. Yeah, the bigger picture is this. Yeah, for years we had a lot of mercenaries at the club. Yeah, we had a lot of mercenaries that come. Sometimes they perform if they feel like it. If they don't feel like it, let us down. I remember, obviously, the European Cup final. It was a disgraceful. It was so embarrassing against Chelsea that night. You had people who had other point just not good enough. We're talking about the Mustafis, Klasniak, whatever, those sort of people. They weren't good enough. Yeah. That's clear those out, clear the wage bills. Then you have indisciplined players like Aubameyang, yeah, who for a young team, remember the project is based on the youth. If you got people turning up as a captain of the football club late, you've signed up, and Arteta has been very clear from the very start. There are non-negotiables, and that's the words that's used: non-negotiables. If you got non-negotiables, yeah, when Saka's watching that, say, oh, he can turn up late. Nah, no kind of problem for him. Emil Smith watching that, he can turn up late. All of that creates a really bad culture in the club. You as a captain, and I'm directing this out of here, sign up for that. You've given the honour to be Arsenal captain.
Yeah.
Shaheen, man, Shaheen, why did you do that?
I didn't do anything, man.
Shaheen,
he went off.
He
went off himself.
Shaheen, I know what you're like when you don't like something. What is
No. I didn't do anything, man. Honestly,
you did. I see that.
No.
You went.
I didn't do anything. But it's a shame that he went.
To me before, bro.
I think he had a connection issue. But I would have said all of these things that you're saying is right. You know, yes, there were some people who were not performing, etc., etc. But here we go. He's come back.
What my question is what's non-negotiable for Arteta? What's non-negotiable for Arteta, though?
What happened, man? Can I just confirm that I didn't kick you off?
He booted you out, bro. I saw him do it, man. I saw him do it. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So listen, bro. What you're saying is, I understand that there was a lot of people who were not performing, etc., etc., etc. Right? But none of this has got to do with the manager, because I expect him to get those 3 points. It's not up to him to come and clear the deadwood, to bring the wage bill down. None of that. I don't want him to concentrate on that. He's here to win games, get the best out of the team, go out there, get the 3 points. Because right now, we're on a run of 3 losses, and those monies that we saved on Aubameyang's wages or Ozil wages, it means nothing right now. If we finish out of Europe, I don't really care about all those money saved, this and that. I want results, winning. I want trophies. Do you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, Shaheen. Would
Go
you
on.
say, and Lev, this you can answer this as well. Would you not say there has been improvement, mass improvement this season in terms of style of play, in terms of discipline,
No.
in terms of togetherness of the squad? I just want to know because I can see it.
There has been.
And I think
There
if
has been.
anyone's fair,
I said this at the beginning of the show as well. I said there has been some improvement, but not enough. Not enough to the extent for me to take notice and say I can see X, Y, Z changing, because we're still conceding goals. It's almost same as last season. The number of goals we conceded, right? The defense, they said they look better, but the results on the paper is same as last season. It's gone again.
I swear down,
Yeah.
she.
And no, hold on. And let me just finish off with saying. So the improvement that has been made, maybe a little bit, but not enough for me to say this is the guy that is going to take us to the next level. This is the guy that I can see doing. No, nowhere near enough. And especially with the opportunity that we were provided with the top four thing, and the way we've capitulated, that's not an improvement.
I want to ask him a question. If Saracen comes back before you boot him off again, Shaheen, I want to ask him a question.
I didn't boot him off, man.
All right. Get Saracen. Saracen, I want to ask
you.
Oh,
sort your connection out, man.
Bro, I want to ask you a question, if that's all right. Yeah,
respectfully
as well. I'm not being a knob, but like we're not like that here. But a serious question, yeah. You ask in the sense of no negotiables is what he's asking for from his players, yeah. And to some extent, we wanted to hear that from management, because we had, as you rightfully said, we had some players over the years who were deadwood, coasting, mercenary, whatever you want to call it. We wanted to see difference, and to be fair, there were some things we have praised him for. He's got rid of some deadwood, this, that, and the other. But we all knew that team was a couple of injuries away from a disaster. We knew it. My question to you, bro, is that also falls under his remit. He's manager. Bringing in the right people to cover, bringing in the right amount of players in your squad to be sufficient enough to carry out what you need to do is still part of your flipping job. So my question is, where is your non-negotiable as a fan with Arteta?
So I would say this about that. It all depends on where you see the journey going. Now, if it was essential, I know all of us, we want top four, yeah? Of course we do, yeah? But I throw the question back. If we get top four and our squad is not mentally ready, yeah? And if we get top four, we're going to be the whooping boys of the Champions League.
I don't agree with that, bro. There's worse leagues.
You still think we're going to get top four?
There's worse leagues in the Champions League. There's worse teams that come out of the Champions League. And don't get me wrong, I agree to some of the things you're saying, but at the same time, bro, if you get in the Champions League, the type of player you can bring in is better, right? My question still remains, though, which is no one's answering it. Where is the non-negotiable as a fan? Where do we draw the line when we say, right, there was a process, but this clearly isn't working and he's got to be changed? Where is the non-negotiable? It's fine asking players for non-negotiables, but we as fans, we pay the wages, we pay for all of this stuff, we support this team. So where do we say to Arteta, this is our non-negotiable? Where's that line?
You say this, but I would say us, right? Every single one of us, we're probably the most important part of this equation because we're the fans. Yeah. You know, without us, there is no Arsenal Football Club. Without us, there is players will go play in front of who? Who's going to support them?
But I genuinely want the answer to the question. I want an answer to the question, because every time we ask this question, I remember I asked Mo this question yesterday. He answered it with another question. So Saracen, I hear your point, bro, but I'm asking you personally as a fan,
I'll answer the question.
Where's your line? Yeah, where do you say Arteta? No, man.
So for me, I think we had such a deep-rooted problem at the football club and Arteta, and I've listed some of them. There's a terrible culture. There's a bottle job weak mentality. There's bad influences in the dressing. The wage structure is so important in terms of the financial fair play rule. I got cut off earlier, but basically they've introduced new rules at the start of the month. Now, I urge everyone to go and Google it and just read about them, yeah? How much you spend. So they had a decision to make in January. they went for Vlahovic, and I know people don't believe this, but that was incredibly close. Yeah, unfortunately, it was the agents who wanted some ridiculous amount of money at the last minute, and then it was off to Juventus, and there was other little things going on as well that was going on there. If you're not going to get Vlahovic, the next thing is, should we panic buy? Should we do? Let's look at Isaac. He hasn't scored much since the start of the season. Yeah, who else is there out there? There isn't a lot of great options in January.
Yeah.
And if you do spend, this is the important bit. If you spend in January and buy a midfielder and buy a top striker, or if they're not out there, and let's just say it doesn't work out, we'll look at Nicolas Pepe as an example. You're very much restricted for the next window, next few windows in the transfers. Yeah, because 3-year window, how much you can. Tottenham had a great, they had about 400 million they could spend according to the financial. That's why they got Kulusevski. They paid 45. That's when they brought Bentancur. Who we buy is very important. People don't understand this. It's just emotional rhetoric. We're not that.
Listen, I agree.
All of this.
I hear what you're saying, but there's just two things I want to ask you, and obviously we'll wrap it up and then we'll move on because we need to discuss other things as well. One, do you think we're really in for Vlahovic?
I think 100% we were in for Vlahovic.
Okay.
And so I went on AFTV, yeah? I went on AFTV and I said, my sources said, we were very, very close to that one. And I know I've got family members that are very close to certain things, yeah? And that was very, very close. Even if you do your own research and you want to check out and stuff, how close we are. Well, look at the agents. It was the agents that scuppered that move.
Yeah, I understand that, but I disagree. I don't think we're ever in for him. But anyway, two, if we finish outside top 6, you still think he should carry on being the manager?
Yeah, I do think we should carry on because I see this project as maybe a 2-3 year project and stuff, and I've seen.
But he's already been here for 3 years. Have you seen enough for the past 3 years for you to say?
You can't use the first season and as the first one. It was half a season.
His first season was his best season. He's won an FA Cup there.
I got two questions.
But he won the FA Cup. Yeah,
I got two questions. All right, so
enough progress. Now let's. This is the most
Go on, bro.
important bit as well, right? We haven't had a strike force. Our best striker decided to go AWOL or engineer move away to Barcelona, and he still took 7 million. If you're so loyal, yeah, but all these people that love him, he still took 7 million for the rest. Why didn't you do a Willian and just say, you know what, I'm humble, I'm not gonna take any money? No, he took the money. Yeah,
I got 3 questions.
We have. And you're right,
why should he though? Why should he? After
would you lose the money if you've signed the contract and the team has signed you? Would you just throw the money away?
If I'm a man of principle and I claim to love Arsenal so much, you know what I'd say. You know what, this is going to mess him up in the future. I won't and stuff. Obviously,
he's a footballer. He does it for a job,
I'm just saying he did the same thing at Dortmund. He did the same thing. Engineered. He turn up to training. He would come up late. All of that stuff.
We're not doubting that. But let me ask you 2 questions.
It was Aubameyang. That's the problem, bro. This is what.
All right, let me ask you 2 questions, bro.
What?
One question.
He's left us short. It was Aubameyang that left us short.
All right, firstly, one question, yeah? Forget the striker situation. I agree with you. We don't want to get shit. I don't want us to go round and round in circles buying crap and then having them sit there again, panic buy. Arsenal have done panic buys too long for my liking, right? So I agree with that aspect. However, can you firstly tell me that we couldn't have strengthened in that midfield area, which is where we're suffering right now? For example, we were looking at Bruno Guimaraes for about 2 or 3 seasons. I like him as a player. He's better than El Neni. He's better than Torreira. He's better than Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Why didn't we strengthen that area in case Partey got injured? And second question, you still haven't answered. Where do you draw the line? Where is your non-negotiable with Arteta? Where do you say he's got to go?
I think my thing for Arteta is there for another 3, maybe even 4 seasons, yeah? Right. If I don't see any progress, once he's got his full strike force, and I said this on AFTV as well, we're playing with, I don't know if you ever saw that boxing fight where Danny Williams won with one hand, yeah? Right? But basically, we haven't got a strike force. He's overachieved already, yeah? Obviously, I'd love to get top 4. Don't get it twisted. I would. But the reality is, as long as we get to within Europe, that's fine for this season. Next season, we buy quality players.
Oh, what if we finish 7th?
7th is, you know what? I wouldn't be happy with it. Of course I wouldn't. Especially, but I've seen so much progress this year that, you know what? If 7th is where it is, that means that's the mentality of the squad. That means that's where we are at. The league table doesn't lie. Do you know what I mean? That means we've got stuff to improve on. That's the reality. If you look at
So
it on a
7th,
four-year
the 7th is not a no goal for you. What about 8th? No, so you wouldn't sack him full stop.
8th is where we finished last season, right? But again, here's the thing: you have to factor in a couple of things. Tomiyasu, who's been one of our best defenders, out. So you know, in January when you kind of plan of what's going to happen, you think, "Oh, I'll get 1 injury, maybe 2 injuries." We've had 2 season-changing injuries. Partey is effectively probably going to be out. Let's be honest, for the rest of the season. Tierney out. That's 2 big experienced players as well. Do you know what I mean? You have to consider mitigating the circumstances. So even if we finish 7th, 8th, I know the fan base aren't going to like this, and it's about standards. I've got high standards, but I'm also realistic. I've seen enough progress, and he's got enough credit with me that we go into next season. We buy a striker. We are gonna get top 4.
Bro, when you look at our window in January,
I think next season we're going to get top 4.
I think next season we are going to get top 4. I think we've got so much. I think everything is a learning experience for the youngsters.
It's going to be harder next season, bro. It's going to be harder. Tottenham aren't going to be as bad. Man United aren't going to be as bad. Leicester aren't going to be as bad. West Ham are going to strengthen and have more fun in depth.
I heard the same thing this season.
Bro, this was there for the taking. We've lost 3 games back to back, and we're still in the running for top 4. This top 4 was there for the taking. If we had strengthened that midfield there, forget striker. If we had strengthened midfield, right, and you had Bruno Guimaraes next to Xhaka, you still stood a chance.
Did you want to come though? This is the thing. Remember what
would
Arteta
you have
said?
gone to Newcastle over Arsenal?
Lev, this is what Arteta said. I'm not going to beg a player to come to Arsenal. If you've chosen Newcastle over Arsenal, it's come for this, bro. I don't want mercenaries at the club. Remember, we just got rid of them.
I think if we wanted
remember that Oscar, he went to China or Japan or somewhere like that to get. Some of these guys can't go for money. Do you know what I mean?
You need to ask yourself a question.
I love. By the way, I think Guimaraes is a brilliant signing. I really wanted him at the time, But at the same time, I don't want players that are going to come and then as soon as Barcelona come big for them, they move on. Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing. Conte
still managed to get 2 deals in for Spurs, and it changed their season around.
We didn't need Kulusevski, bro. We had Smith Rowe, we got Martinelli, we got Saka all on that side.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is a proper manager has identified the importance. You do whatever you need to do to strengthen those areas, even if it's loan deals, just to get that season through. You had a chance ahead of time and you've blown it. You've sat back and we've cheeked it, bro. That's where he's lost me.
It's not cheeked it. It's not cheeked it. This is where people are wrong. The financial fair play rule will say if you spend money, that goes towards how much you can spend in the summer. They've looked at it. They've made an assessment. They didn't expect Partey to be out for the rest of the season. They didn't expect Kiratini to be out the rest of the season. And I know people might not agree with this, but this is the reality. They didn't expect Tomiyasu to be out so long. That is pure unluck. In our culture, we call it nazar. Like, do you know what I mean? Evil eye.
But bro, we've had evil eye at Arsenal for 20 years, bro.
Yeah,
you must expect it. You must expect it. You must expect it. If there's ever a chance, I've expected it, and I reckon most fans here. If there's ever a chance for bro, every time we need our players fit at crucial parts of the season, how many times does it happen to us? 10 years, 15 years? Can you deny it's wrong? Can you deny it's not happened to us,
last year we had a good end of season. Remember, Pepe was on form. Pepe played well. We had a good, strong set.
Where did we finish,
season, but the end of last season, we were 10th and 11th. We were 12th.
I need to step in here, right? Listen, I want to thank you for coming on. And I just before you leave, I just want to make a point to everybody down the chats and everybody that may watch,
man, because I don't like that.
Hold on. Right? I disagree with almost everything that you said. Right, but I want to thank you because we had a respectful debate, a peaceful debate. I disagree with what everything that you say, and you probably disagree with what I say, and that's what you should be like. We can disagree with each other, but we can have a debate. And I thank you for coming on, and then we'll move on. We'll discuss something else rather than
first, man.
Going at each other with head on and start, disrespecting.
Listen, we're all Arsenal fans, We're all Arsenal fans, Shade. So
thank you for coming on, man.
No, I
Much
appreciate
appreciated.
that you guys add me on as well, guys. And
Yeah,
sorry
no
about
problem.
the-
Have a good bank holiday, and hopefully,
You too.
we can finish as high as we can.
I still didn't tell me when
Go on.
when do you sack him? When do you sack him? Just give me a position, a finishing position that is
fathom it at the
sackable.
moment, bro.
Oh, so
Okay,
he's never
listen.
sackable.
No, he
That's
will
it,
be
that's it,
sackable
that's
only,
it.
but he's not gonna get sacked. We're only gonna improve, bro. We're just gonna get improved, right? In the next,
Bro,
I'll come
we
on
are
there next
Arsenal,
year.
bro.
We're
We
gonna
are
be challenging
Arsenal,
for top
bro.
four.
I
We
hope
will.
so.
Anyway,
We
man,
will. We'll be
listen.
improving.
Thanks.
Sorry, Shaheed.
Listen, thanks for coming on. If we ever see each other in the stadium, come and say hi or something. Right?
Yes, bro.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Take care, man.
Take care.
All right, bye. Right.
Why?
You see,
Listen, why is it
and-
such a
and there are
difficult question for fans to
No, but
answer?
there are people with different views, and
Yeah, but bro,
that's exactly
respect to his views.
because his views is quite opposite of my personal views.
100, but like it's a simple question. Why are we talking about Arteta's non-negotiables when we as fans don't have a non-negotiable? Where do we say, nah, that's not good enough for me as a fan? When do I understand being a loyal Arsenal fan? I've been supporting Arsenal since the Highbury days. 100%, I'm loyal to the day I die. I'm going to be a Gooner. Let's be honest. That is it. I've picked my team. I'm never going to change. They've put me through some great times, but currently some shit times. But where everyone's got to have a point where it's not. That's it. He's got to go. Players have it. Why can't a manager?
Yeah.
You Iranian sheep.
I don't know what to say, man. Honestly,
I can't
But
believe
anyway,
that Maz has disappeared since. Wait, there were some
listen,
people who wanted
guys.
to come on with him as well. You know, they wanted to come on and talk to Saracen Guna.
Yeah, just he's lucky Maximus didn't come on or anything like that. He would have got our hand. But no, it's good. We can have a debate like this with somebody that's got total opposite view, but without the abusing and that, which is what it should be. Anyway, man, we've been doing this for about an hour and 10 minutes. I just want to thank everybody who watched us and gave us your time. Thank you to everyone on the chats. Please hit the like. I see quite a few of my fellow Iranian brothers on the chat. I can see Kami here. There's Arsenal Manic, and there's this guy. What Iranian? I think the guy who plays in Porto.
Well, you mean that little kid that signed for Liverpool that's really good with a ponytail? He's the only one I noticed.
No.
From the YouTube videos, he's the only good Iranian footballer.
Taremi. He plays for Porto up front. Taremi, very good man, very good. He was linked with Arsenal, and you know what?
No, I don't want an Iranian striker.
No,
man. No
listen,
way, man.
Listen, man.
They eat too much food.
Listen, hold on. He was awarded best goals in the Champions. He's the one who did the overkick against Chelsea, best goal in Champions League last season. And I tell you what, he's 10 times better than Eddie Nketiah. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you're all you're ready for Iran versus USA in the World Cup, and I'm sure we'll beat them.
Pumped for that game. We're pumped. Wait, we're doing World Cup shows,
good,
right?
Man.
We're going to be doing World Cup shows, yeah?
Yeah, Lev is working on something, and then we'll have more
World
information.
Cup shows. If you want us to do World Cup shows, I'm really pumped for a World Cup. I might create my own theme music for a World Cup one, bro. If you don't know, the theme tune that we use on this show, I made it, yeah? Just letting you know that. I might do a World Cup one. Where is it? It's in Qatar. Maybe I'll put some Qatari music in it.
It's not Qatari music. It's Arabic music.
Well, do you know what I mean? I'll put some
But
Arabic
anyway,
music in there.
Listen, this Taremi guy was linked with Arsenal, I think, last season, and we should have got him because he would do a lot better than. I don't think he's the answer, but he's a lot better than Nketiah and Lacazette. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone who watched us. Have a wonderful bank holiday, and we're going to see you guys on Tuesday, not on Monday. This week we're not doing anything on Monday, so we're going to do our show with Mo and Tom on Tuesday. Lev, anything you want to say? Wrap it up?
Oh, just thank you for everyone in the chat. Sorry if I was a little bit spiky. Alex, I love you, bro. Really, I was only messing with you. But have a great Easter. Yeah, make sure you drink safely. Don't drive if you're drinking. Be safe. Look after your family. Spend some good times with them. Yeah. Ignore the Arsenal shit.
As Lev said, drink safely. So make sure you're holding your glass properly, and you're not drink safely.
That's an Iranian joke, by the way. There you go.
Whatever, man. Whatever, Lev. Right, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you guys next week, Tuesday. Take care.